factoring trinomials, or factoring anything, you always want to start by looking for the greatest common factor. In this case, we do not have one. So now since we have a trinomial, we will start to fill in our x. At the top, we do b, which is negative 14. And at the bottom, we do a, which is 1, times c, which is 40. And 1 times 40 would be 40. Now we're going to start to list all the pairs of factors of 40. Since 40 is positive, we want our factors to have the same sign, and they're going to be the same as whatever b is, which in this case is negative. So negative 1 times negative 40, combined to see if it equals 14, or negative 14, and it does not. Negative 2 times negative 20 does not work. Negative 4 times negative 10, that works, because negative 4 plus negative 10 does equal negative 14. So we'll put these in the sides of our x. Now we can use those to write our two binomials, r minus 4 and r minus 10. Last step is to divide and slide. We divide each of these by 1, and then they both simplify, so we do not have to slide. Now we can check this by FOILing. The first, we get r squared, outer minus 10r, inner minus 4r, and last plus 40. And then these combine to negative 14r, which is what we had here. So this answer is correct. Anytime we're factoring, the first thing we want to do is look for greatest common factor. And in this case, everything is divisible by 2. So we will divide each of them by 2. That gives you n squared minus 4n minus 21. Now this 2 is going to remain part of your answer. Now ready to do our x. Remember, we put b in the top, and a, which is 1, times c, which is negative 21. That would be negative 21. Then we start listing the factors. Since 21 is negative, our signs are going to be different this time. We want the larger number to have the same sign as b, which is a negative. So the smaller will be positive, the larger will be negative. 1 times negative 21 does not add to negative 4. 3 times negative 7 does add to negative 4. So we can put those in the sides. So 3 times negative 7 is negative 21. 3 plus negative 7 is negative 4. Now we can write our two binomials. Remember, this 2 we're going to keep. And then you have n plus 3 and n minus 7. Then we need to divide the n's by a, which in this case is a 1. Now we simplify each of those fractions. You get n plus 3 and n minus 7. Now let's FOIL to check. We'll keep the 2 here. N times n is n squared, outer minus 7n, inner plus 3n, and the last minus 21. Combine the middle, you get negative 4n. Now we can distribute this 2. 2n squared minus 8n minus 42. which is what we had up there. So this is our correct answer. Again, look for common factors first. We don't have any, so we're ready to do our x. B goes in the top. C, or A times C, A is 1, C is 36, goes in the bottom. This time, as we list our factors, everything is positive, so all our factors will be positive. So you have 1 times 36, does not add to 13. 2 times 18, does not work. 3 times 12, does not work. 4 times 9, does work. So 4 times 9 is 36, 4 plus 9 is 13. So now we can use that to list our two factors, k plus 4, k plus 9. Then we divide each by 1. So k plus 4 times k plus 9. Now we will FOIL to check. The first, you get k squared, outer plus 9k, inner plus 4k, and the last plus 36. Now we combine the middles. You get 13k plus 36, which is what we were looking for, so that tells us our answer is correct. And we want to look for common factors first, and in this case, we have a common factor of 3. So we will divide each term by 3. So that gives you n squared plus 2n minus 48. Now we're ready to do our x. Remember that 3, common factor that we took out, will remain in our answer. Okay, so when we go to do our x, we put b on top, which is a 2, on the bottom, a times c, which is negative 48. Now when we list our pairs of factors, our signs will be different because a times c is negative, and then the larger number will be positive because b is positive. So negative 1 times 48 doesn't work. Negative 2 times 24 doesn't work. Negative 3 times 16 does not work. Negative 4 times 12 does not work. Negative 6 times 8. Negative 6 times 8 does work. So we'll put those in there because negative 6 times 8 equals negative 48. Negative 6 plus 8 equals 2. Now we can write our two binomials. We get to keep our 3 outside. And you have n minus 6, n plus 8. Then we divide each by a, which is 1. And that simplifies to 3n minus 6, n plus 8. Now let's check by FOIL and distribute. So to FOIL, get n squared, outer plus 8n, inner plus 6n, and last minus 48. Then you combine n squared plus 2n minus 48. Now we can distribute 3n squared plus 6n minus 144, which is what we have here. So that is your correct answer.